All right, go ahead and give me a clap. Great. Quickly, I was bedridden. My stomach wasn't reacting right. I had diarrhea. It was really nothing that I could do that I could find that was preventing it. And I was just getting exhausted every day. And before I know it, I mean, now it's a blur. I really don't remember it, but I was stuck in bed all of January, February, and March. And it was just an up and down process, or an up and down fight, where I had some days where I felt okay, and I felt like I had some energy and I could get some food down, and then I had some days where I couldn't get out of bed at all, even go to the bathroom without losing my vision and passing out. Over the course of those few months, I went in and out of the hospital, getting blood transfusions, getting checkups, and they just kept on telling me that my medication would fix it. We felt like we were doing everything we could, but the doctors they thought they had it under control. I laid in bed for January, February, March, and in the middle of April, I think it was the very beginning of April, we went in to all right, it's time, we gotta schedule surgery. And I was so against surgery in January and February and all of the year before that. And in April, when he told me that this is the only decision we have, you're gonna die if you don't do this, I asked him, I was like, how soon can we get this done? Because 3.5 months of being stuck in bed, 3.5 months of doing absolutely nothing besides going from my bed to the bathroom and back, it took it all out of me. I had nothing to look forward to. I had nothing to do. I was just physically, mentally, emotionally drained, and it was by far the lowest point of my entire life.
Today's the day I'm getting surgery. My surgeon actually was just in here, and I had to sign my life away on the paperwork. It was definitely the weirdest signature I've ever written. Just so many thoughts going through your mind as you're writing your name on that piece of paper that gives him full control over you for the 6 hours that I'm going to be knocked out. And it's crazy.
There was weeks and weeks, and probably the longest time in my entire life, where I was just hopeless and depressed and sick, not even just physically, but mentally too. I wasn't in a good place. I was pissed off every day. I was doing everything I physically could to get better by going to the hospital, regardless of how crappy that situation was. And there was a few nights that me and my mom were stuck in the hospital, of me getting blood transfusions and then them arguing with us to send me home or not. And it was a struggle. The biggest thing when you're in such a low point is to just surround yourself with as much positivity, as much happiness as you can, and focus on just being in a beautiful state regardless of your external circumstances. Middle of April, I went into surgery, and it was almost instantly everything just changed. I remember just being so excited. I was in the hospital. I had to do it all by myself because with COVID, no family, no friends, I was coming back, and it was, the turning point in 2020 for me. So I went into surgery. I think it was 8 hours long. My surgeon did an amazing job. After I woke up, he explained it all to me. I got it all on video. I was vlogging when I was in the hospital, just because I knew that was a big moment that I wanted to capture in my life. And I think I was in the hospital for just over a week after that day, just getting back on my feet. I had an ostomy bag, so that was a huge learning curve. Basically, everything in your life has to change. I had to start eating again. I had to start walking again. And in that week, I made so much progress just because I was at such a low point. I wasn't doing anything for months at a time. I lost, I think it was close to 50 pounds of muscle. I was literally dying. After surgery, my body just completely flipped. I could eat food within 2 days. I was drinking the day after. I was going to the bathroom the day after. It was honestly crazy. And there was a point where my surgeon talked to my mom and me, and he's like, let's not talk about it, but everything's going really well, and I don't want to jinx it.
My first meal after surgery. Simple butter noodles, mashed potatoes. This is not fried chicken. It's oven baked chicken.
In 2019, I remember I always told everybody that I would rather die than face an ostomy bag, than face another intestine surgery, and I said that a lot. And now that I've gone through that, now that I've had to do literally the main thing I was afraid of in life, I know that human beings as a whole all have the very similar fears. We're all afraid of not being enough. We're all afraid of not being loved. So when you break it down, I know there are going to be moments that I'm afraid of, you know, getting surgery again, or doing something in business, or doing something just in life in general. That's natural. We all are afraid of something at some point in time. It just, what's more important is that you don't let it stop you, and you're courageous regardless of if you're fearful or not.
I'm in the chair. That was a nice view, like, it's beautiful. And this is my last bag. That is my last bag of a TPN. It's just like nutrition. And once that is gone tomorrow, they're taking the line out of my arm, and then I am going home. Today's the day. I already actually have my discharge papers. Pharmacy's coming up in like 5 to 10 minutes. I'm sorry I'm shaking. Like I'm not strong right now. Thank you, see ya.
Once I got out of the hospital a week later, it was a slow process to even get back on my feet, to be able to walk a decent amount again.
This is the first time I've left the house since I got surgery.
Yeah, I think it was like 2-3 weeks of me just walking around the house. Then I started driving again, and I would drive to a park that was really close to my house.
It's so beautiful out. Can you see me?
Slowly building from there, I'd walk, you know, a quarter mile, and that was a ton, and I'd be super sore for a few days, and then I'd walk half a mile, and it got to the point where I think I had my first event shoot, and I didn't even walk a mile yet. The day before I was leaving for the shoot, me and my mom went out and we walked for, I think, 3 miles, and my hips were so sore, I was so beat up. It proved to myself that I could go out and start working, and I could be on my feet all day and start using my camera again. I remember I was basically just waddling around on the track. I was so weak, and Sunday, I think it was around noon, I started to lose my vision, and I was like, okay, this is it. I don't need to, I'm done filming for the weekend. What keeps you so motivated to, you know, go to the gym every day, to eat healthy, to do all of these things that have added to your transformation over the past year? To answer this, I'll go back to the beginning, when I was just out of surgery. I was starting to work out again. I'd work out in my bedroom, and then I started working out at a park, and then I started walking, and then I started running. And I say that pretty quickly, but this was all over a few months. It took me so long to get back on my feet. And the motivation for that just came from, you know, figuring out what I needed to make my life better. What was in the way of what I wanted to do. For me, it was starting to walk again, starting to run again, just starting to get healthy. And when I started, I was like, I could go to a park, I could go to the gym, but then you might be worried about people judging you, you might be worried that you don't know what you're doing. I just literally started in my bedroom. I was already in there. I had weights in my house. It was a matter of not using willpower to make sure that I worked every day, that I walked every day, that I was trying to get healthier every day. It was more of a matter of making my habits as simple as I possibly could. Relating that to today, I wake up at 4:30 a.m. Now, I'm not saying that's easy, but I wake up at 4:30 a.m. and I'm normally at the gym working out before I even realize I'm awake. And it's just the easiest for me. And also with my ostomy bag, for me, it's by far easier to work out in the mornings compared to the afternoons, just so I don't have to worry about going to the bathroom. What's the easiest way that you can do something? So if going on a walk 20 minutes in the morning is that for you, then do that. But I mean, I have zero willpower when it comes to a lot of things. If there's a jar of cookies in my house, I will eat all of those cookies before I eat anything else. So when it comes to eating healthy and staying somewhat committed to, you know, making sure that I'm giving my body the nutrition it needs and not eating crap foods, I just make sure that when I go to the grocery store, I don't even walk down the junk food aisle. I strictly go to vegetables, I go to the meats I need, I go to a few different spots in the store, and I get out. It's all a matter of not using willpower, because I feel like there's only so much willpower, if any, that we all have. It's a matter of making it easy for you to follow your daily regimen, making it as easy as possible for you to do the things you have to do on a daily basis to get to where you want to be. I slowly started getting into running again. I started working out by myself at the park with weights that I bought from a friend. As soon as I could, I started working out at a new gym that honestly has completely changed how I look at my health and how I train on a daily basis. Over the past year since that day of surgery, April 16th, I think it was, it's just been doing as much as I can every single day to train, to make sure I'm eating the right foods, to make sure I'm recovering, to make sure I'm hydrating, to make sure I'm taking care of my body as much as I can. There hasn't really been a point where I've been crazy surprised at my progress, because this is the third time this has happened. Like the first time, same thing. I found out I had Crohn's disease, I lost it all. I think it took me a lot longer to put on muscle, and I was actually never as strong as I am now. But your body's made to be healthy, it's made to be strong, so once you give it everything it needs, it comes back. The second time I got sick was 2017, same thing happened. I got a stomach infection, lost I think 40 pounds that time, and as soon as we got it figured out, I put all my muscle back on. This time, I knew that I was gonna be strong again. I have pages and pages in my notebook writing down everything I wanted to do, and it was the few days after my surgery, I was writing down, I'm gonna work out every day, I'm gonna be stronger than ever, I'm gonna be able to run this amount. I was writing all that down literally a few days after surgery. Quote that says you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. In relation to my health transformation over the past year, what's allowed me to become the best that I can be and continue to strive to be the best that I can be is I've surrounded myself with people who are way more knowledgeable than me, way more experienced than me, and way more fit than I am, and way more healthy than I am. It's pulling me to become more, it's pulling me to care more about my body, it's pulling me to be more fit, be stronger. I'm in the gym at 5 a.m. every single day working out because those people that are in that class, in the 5:15 a.m. class, are what I needed at a low point. They don't realize it, but I thrive off of them, and if half the class doesn't show up, I don't show up even if I'm there, just because they're not there. It's just a matter of surrounding yourself with super supportive people who are amazing at what they do, and being okay with being an amateur in the room, being okay with not knowing what you're talking about. Even today, I'll be in the gym working out and I still have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just watching the people who I rely on in the gym every day and following them and learning off them, and they're teaching me as much as they can. And I think that has been a huge reason why over the past year I've had such transformation, such progress, is because in the gym, in certain areas of my life, I've been completely okay with, and I've actually been taking advantage of being just an amateur and not really knowing what I'm doing. And even today in the gym, I always joke about, like, I still don't know what I'm doing, and I just ask everybody for their advice on something and try to learn as much as I can when I'm around them. I was supposed to have an ostomy reversal surgery in December, and I went in, I got a colonoscopy, and we talked to my surgeon. He's like, we probably could do it if you really needed it done, but there's still some inflammation in there and it's a big risk, and if we do it, there's a good chance that you would have to just get an ostomy again down the road. And I'm like, I'm doing everything now that I've ever wanted to. I can run, I can mountain bike, I can work out, I can eat, I can travel. It all comes with, there's some sacrifices that I have to deal with on a daily basis, but it's not preventing me from doing anything that I love. So right now I'm just in a place of being patient, just making sure I'm healing my body before I go in for that reversal surgery, which hopefully will happen in 2021. And I actually completely forgot about that until just a few weeks ago. My mom brought it up. She's like, hey, you know you're going back in for your year checkup in like a month, and after that you might get a surgery and you might be done with this. And I'm like, that hasn't even been a thought in my mind recently. I've been so committed that like how I am living now, if this is how I have to live for the rest of my life, I'm completely satisfied with it. And I haven't been putting literally any thought into waiting for that to happen before I can live my life. I've been fully focused on making the best of everything I can right now. No matter what I say in this video, nothing will mean more to your life. Nothing will make more change in your life than you taking action. So if you actually want to make change and make a health transformation, before you even stop watching this video, join a gym. Before you stop watching this video, watch other videos on how to work out. Do something to take massive action towards your goals. I remember I was at such a low place when I got out of the hospital. I mean, much better than I was before, but as soon as I could walk, as soon as I could run, as soon as I could pick up weights, I joined the best gym that I knew of. As soon as I could eat somewhat healthy foods again, I stopped going down those crappy food aisles and I only ate the best that I knew how to. So even for me today, I've realized that the past few months, I've been internally a lot. Like I've been working from home, I've been doing everything on my own. Like I live with my brother, but there still might be a few weeks where we don't see each other because I go to bed early and he gets home late. So I realized that I was becoming selfish just because of my daily habits. And I was like, how can I get out of my mind? How can I do something that'll not only help me grow as a person, as a filmmaker, as a business owner, whatever, but also help others and get a source of contribution that I kind of lost over the past year with COVID. I used to volunteer a lot and I can't do that anymore. One thing that I did, because I realized that I wasn't happy in that area, I signed up for a year's worth of personal coaching because I understood that I needed somebody to hold me accountable. I understood that I needed somebody to ask me the hard questions and just kind of point me in the right direction and look internally only for a small amount of time, and then the rest of my time focus on living externally and, you know, being in a beautiful state and doing as much as I can to take action in my life. Everybody gets to a certain point in their life where they need to make a change or they're just gonna keep on living their life how they are now. Your destiny is shaped in those small decisions. My small decision to get a personal coach, my small decision to join the best gym I knew of, my small decision to even to start ordering groceries on my phone instead of going in and buying a whole bunch of crap. That has a huge impact on the quality of your life, and taking action will always trump education. It will always trump anything. You have to take action in order to make change in your life.